Hello, my name is Michelle Belitho, and I'm a project manager working as part of the team implementing the new work health and safety laws here in Western Australia. Getting to this point has been a very long road, going back to 2008, when the various Australian states agreed to have harmonised work health and safety legislation across the country. WA can now see the light at the end of the tunnel. This presentation will provide a high-level overview of the implementation process that the Department of Mines, Industry Regulation and Safety has put in place to ensure duty holders can prepare and are well supported as the new work health and safety regime comes into effect in Western Australia. After its approval by the WA Parliament, the Work Health and Safety Act was assented to by the Governor in November last year. The new laws are focused on improving the safety of all workplaces in WA and to drive down the number of incidents and fatalities. While the national harmonised or model work health and safety laws were adopted, they include a number of amendments to suit the particular work environment in Western Australia. The new work health and safety laws will ensure that more clarity is provided for modern employment relationships such as subcontractors and casual employees, alongside the more traditional employer-employee relationship. The new laws also introduce a number of new aspects, including the term person conducting a business undertaking, or PCBU, the offence of industrial manslaughter, the banning of insurance cover for work health and safety penalties, and enforceable undertakings as an alternative form of penalty. All of these new concepts are covered in a lot of detail in the support process and materials the Department will be running over coming months. The new Act is not industry specific, but after an extensive consultation process, it was decided that the Act will be supported by 3 separate sets of industry regulations, which I will discuss shortly. It's important to note that while the Act has passed, it has not yet come into full effect due to the supporting regulations having to be developed. The full suite of WHS laws will come into effect in January 2022. As I mentioned above, 3 separate sets of regulations have been written to support the WHS Act. The regulations set out the procedural and administrative requirements to give effect to the Act, for example, in the licensing of specific activities and record-keeping obligations. The regulations cover general workplaces, mining operations, and petroleum and geothermal energy operations, or as it's commonly called, PAGEO. There are some areas of difference for mining operations, mainly in the areas of approvals, notifications and statutory positions, and the risk management approach in the mine safety management system has been retained. The safety case approach has also been retained in the PAGEO sector. The work health and safety regulations will become operational as soon as possible in order to meet the government's commitment for the work health and safety laws to be in effect in January 2022. A comprehensive education and information strategy has been developed, given that this is the detail that duty holders need to understand to ensure they are fully informed of their obligations and responsibilities. It's important to note also that transitional arrangements are being put into place to provide sufficient time for duty holders to adapt their safe systems of work to meet the new requirements. As previously mentioned, DMIRS has implemented a comprehensive implementation strategy, both internally, as this is new territory for our own people, and externally for all workplaces in the state. Support and information in multiple formats is available, and this material is also being provided in different languages and in a culturally sensitive manner across WA, including in regional and remote areas. The strategy is focused across the areas of stakeholder liaison, people, information systems and business controls, and I'll briefly touch on each of these. In terms of stakeholder liaison, DMIRS has been working closely with a number of bodies to ensure they have the information and support they require to support and educate their constituents and to support workplaces through the necessary changes they may need to make in how they conduct their business. The current tripartite bodies for workplace safety, namely the Commission for Occupational Safety and Health and the Mining Industry Advisory Committee, have been re-established under the new laws as the Work Health and Safety Commission and the Mining and Petroleum Advisory Committee. The WA Government has also committed significant grant funding to peak employer and employee bodies to provide education and to assist with the transition to the new laws. There's been comprehensive training, staff consultation and ongoing communications. Our inspectors have to be properly informed and resourced to implement and action the new requirements. A large amount of work is being done to ensure the online business systems are configured to support the new work health and safety laws. This includes IT system upgrades to SRS and WISE to support new compliance and enforcement processes. New policies and communication strategies have also been developed to ensure any new or additional vocational or other training requirements for licences under the new WHS laws are in place, as well as other areas such as notifications, obtaining approvals, registration of plant, and any reporting obligations are facilitated by the technology. In terms of business controls, the need to ensure consistent and transparent policies, processes and procedures to support the implementation of the new WHS laws was recognised in the governance structure set up to manage this large project. A very senior level steering and governance committee, chaired by the WorkSafe WA Commissioner, has overseen the implementation of the new laws and, supported by 6 working groups, has ensured a comprehensive and coordinated approach. Processes and protocols to facilitate approvals and reporting, as well as data transparency and the capacity to audit what actions have occurred, have also been implemented. So, to sum up, ensuring that external stakeholders and duty holders are aware of their obligations in the new regulatory environment and that they have access to information and guidance to support them to make informed decisions has been a fundamental principle throughout the process of implementing the new WHS regime in Western Australia. Remember, there is still time until the laws, including the 3 different sets of regulations, come into full effect in January 2022, and there is plenty of support and information available. A number of transitional arrangements have also been put into place, so duty holders do have time to ensure they are compliant with their obligations. There are a number of other presentations being done as part of Safe Work Month October that go into more detail on particular aspects of the WHS laws. You might also like to subscribe to some of the other information sources that DMIRS has developed. Thank you for listening today.